Hello learners, welcome to Drishti CUET undergraduate program and I am your mentor Shashank welcoming you all in today's session. Learners, in today's session I will be discussing with you the Mauryan period, that is the Mauryan dynasty, and it is the part of Magad Empire. So first of all guys, in today's session I will be discussing with you the Mauryan Empire. And before I should start the Mauryan Empire, first of all, Mauryan Empire was the fourth empire to rule over the Magad. So Mauryan Empire was the fourth empire, fourth dynasty, or in fact, better to write that is Mauryan dynasty was fourth dynasty to rule over Magad. So Mauryan dynasty was fourth dynasty to rule over Magad. So first three were Haryank, Shishunag and Nand. So first three were Haryank dynasty, Shishunag dynasty and Nand dynasty, and after this Mauryan dynasty came into power. And the capital of the Mauryans was Patliputra. So capital of the Mauryans was Patliputra, that is present Patna. So it is present day Patna guys, the capital of the Mauryans, that was Patliputra, and Mauryans were the fourth dynasty to rule over Magad. Now guys, how we get to know about Mauryan dynasty? So first of all, we will discuss the sources of Mauryan dynasty, from where we get the information about Mauryan dynasty. So there are three major sources to know about Mauryan dynasty. First is Arthashastra. Arthashastra guys, it is a book which is written by Kautilya. He is also known as Vishnugupta and also known as Chanakya. So Kautilya, Vishnugupta and Chanakya, these are the three names of the same person. And Arthashastra, this is the book on political science and public administration. And it is written in Sanskrit. So it is a book on political science and public administration that is written on Sanskrit. And you will find, my dear learners, that this book contains the information about the Mauryan dynasty, especially the administrative system of Mauryans was completely based on Arthashastra. So the administrative system of Mauryans, that was completely based on Arthashastra. And who was Chanakya? Chanakya was the professor of political science and economics in 𝗕tože University, and we better know him as the mentor of Chandragupta Maurya. So he was professor in 𝗕tože University. So professor in 𝗕tože University, and you will find that other than this, he was mentor of Chandragupta Maurya. Mentor of Chandragupta Maurya. Other than this, we get the information from the inscriptions of Ashok. So from Ashokan inscription, we get the information about Mauryan dynasty or Mauryan empire. An inscription of Ashok you will find in India plus Pakistan, and then you will find the inscription from Afghanistan also. So you will find that through inscriptions of Ashok, the information about Mauryan Empire is obtained. So through inscription of Ashok, you get the information about Mauryan Empire. And other than this, next important source is Mudra Rakshas. It is name of a book that was written by Vishakhadat. And this book contains the information about Chandragupta Maurya. So this book is specially about the Chandragupta Maurya. So specially this book is about Chandragupta Maurya. And in this book, guys, it is written about Chandragupta Maurya that Chandragupta Maurya is referred as Vrishal or Kulheen. So, Chandragupta Maurya is referred as Vrishal or Kulheen in this book that is called Mudra Rakshas. So, in Mudra Rakshas, it is being mentioned that he is a Vrishal or Kulheen. I hope it is clear to all of you. And this book is also written in Sanskrit and it is written during Gupta period. So it is written during Gupta period. So I hope guys these points are clear to everyone how we get the information about the Mauryan Empire. Now guys, let's discuss the first ruler, that is the founder of Mauryan dynasty, that was Chandragupta Maurya. So Chandragupta Maurya guys, he was the founder of this dynasty and he ruled from 322 to 298 BC. So 322 to 298 BC, that was the term of Chandragupta Maurya. Now guys, if I talk about the introduction of Chandragupta Maurya, it is said that the name of the father of Chandragupta Maurya, some book says Sarvarth Siddhi Maurya. Some book says Sarvarth Siddhi Maurya and some book says Nanda. Some book says Nanda, some book says Sarvarth Siddhi Maurya, and the name of the mother is found Mura. So name of the mother was found Mura and his father was a tribal person. So he was a head of a tribe. So he was head of a tribe and he died during the conflict with the soldiers of Nanda dynasty. So he died during the conflict with the soldiers of Nanda dynasty, especially when Dhananand was ruling. So his father died at a very young age when Chandragupta Maurya was very young age. So his father died in a class conflict with the soldiers of Dhananand. Now guys, Chandragupta Maurya, he was born and brought up by his mother, that was Mura. Now it is said that when Dhananand disrespected Chanakya with a now Chanakya was going from Magad, and when he was crossing a village, there he found a child. There he found a child who was playing a game called Rajkeelam. So there Chanakya Chanakya found a child. Chanakya saw a child who was playing game Rajkeelam, who was playing a game Rajkeelam, and in the game of Rajkeelam, one person becomes the king, one child becomes the king, and rest of the child, some they became the minister, some became the other one. So when he started seeing that child how he is managing the things, and once he saw the child that he was managing the things, who was behaving like a king, so he was managing the things very properly. Then Chandragupta Maurya understood. Then Chanakya understood that this child has trait to become the Samrat of Magad, and if he is groomed properly, then he will become Samrat of Magad. So finally, guys, what happened? When he was being groomed properly, he will become Samrat of Magad. So he took the permission from his mother and took him to 𝗕tože University. And there in 𝗕tože University, Chandragupta Maurya studied military science. So it is said that he was disciple of Chanakya and he studied military science from 𝗕tože University. And 𝗕tože University, my dear learners, right now it is in Pakistan and it was a center of learning. Center of learning of ancient India. So it was a center of learning of ancient India. So he studied military science in 𝗕tože University. So Chandragupta Maurya studied military science in 𝗕tože University and mentor of him was Chanakya. Now guys, it is said that when he completed his studies, he wanted that he should take the revenge of the insult of his mentor, and also he wanted that the Magad should be free from the tyrant behavior of Dhananand. So what happened guys, in 322 BC, Chandragupta Maurya dethroned Dhananand. So Chandragupta Maurya dethroned Dhananand and married his daughter Durdhara. So what happened कि Chandragupta Maurya dethroned Dhananand from the throne of Magad, and then he became the ruler of Magad, and then he became Samrat of Magad. Then he became Samrat of Magad and married his daughter Durdhara. So married the daughter of Dhananand, Durdhara. Now some of you might be thinking that since he was a person, he was not from a kingship or he was not from a king class, how he managed his army or how he managed the army. So guys, it is said that the people of Magad, they were very much frustrated and upset with the rule of Dhananand. So they were unhappy with the rule of Dhananand because Dhananand was a very tyrant ruler, although very powerful as well. So none of the people, they revolted against him. Other than this guys, if you will see, many people, since they were frustrated with the rule of Dhananand, so first of all, the Chanakya, first of all, Chanakya that supported him, that supported those people who were against the Dhananand so that they should build an army. So the mental support, or you can say the intellectual support, was given by Chanakya, and now they needed military training to become a soldier, and the military training was given by Chandragupta Maurya because he studied military science from Takshashila University. So the moral support was given, the intellectual support was given by Chanakya, whereas the military support was given by Chandragupta Maurya. So in this way, he constituted his army and declared war against Dhananand and defeated Dhananand. But he did not kill Dhananand in the war. And finally, he was being exiled. Dhananand was exiled and Chandragupta Maurya married his daughter Durdhara. I hope it is clear and you must have got this thing that how he became the ruler. Other than this guys, when he became the ruler, Chandragupta Maurya expanded his empire, started expanding the empire, started expanding the empire. And in the course of expansion in 305 BC, he defeated Seleucus Nicator. He defeated Seleucus Nicator. And who was Seleucus Nicator? Seleucus was the military commander of Alexander. And when Alexander was going from India, he handed over the territories that he won in India to Seleucus Nicator. And Seleucus Nicator was ruling as a representative of Alexander. So Seleucus Nicator, originally he was military commander. Originally he was military commander of Alexander. And whatever the area that was won by Alexander in India, that was handed to Seleucus Nicator, and Seleucus Nicator was ruling as a representative of Alexander. Although he was not a king, he was a military commander who was given the area to rule. So actually he was nominal ruler of Alexander. So what happened ki Chandragupta Maurya defeated Seleucus Nicator in the war, and now Seleucus was very much tense that if now Seleucus played a political stunt. Seleucus played a political stunt that he married his daughter. That he married his daughter, whose name was Helena or Carnelia. So she is also known as Carnelia. Helena or Carnelia to Chandragupta Maurya. So he married his daughter Helena and Carnelia to Chandragupta Maurya. And why he married his daughter to Chandragupta Maurya? Because it is said that he wanted to develop a matrimonial alliance that in future the Mauryan should not attack on Greece. So he developed a matrimonial alliance. So Seleucus developed matrimonial alliance so that in future the reason was कि in future Mauryans should not attack Greeks, should not attack Greeks. That in future the Mauryans should not attack Greeks. Therefore, he married his daughter Durdhara and he handed over 4 territories. And Seleucus gave 4 areas or 4 territories to Chandragupta Maurya. Which were the area? First of all, it was Kabul. Then you have Kandhar. Then you have Herat. And then you have Baluchistan. Kabul, Kandhar, Herat and Baluchistan. These 3 areas are in Afghanistan. And the Baluchistan right now it is in Pakistan. So these 4 areas was handed over by Seleucus Nicator to Chandragupta Maurya, and Chandragupta Maurya in return gave 500 Indian elephants. So Chandragupta Maurya in return gave 500 Indian elephants. Why he gave 500 Indian elephants? Because at that point of time, guys, Magad was the first Mahajanpada that used elephantry in the army. So Magad was the first Mahajanpada that used elephantry in the army. So he gave 500 Indian elephants. Now the relation between Mauryans and Greeks started. So now what happened with the marriage of Helena or Carnelia with Chandragupta Maurya, the matrimonial relation started, and that turned up into the political relation as well. So matrimonial relation started and that helped to build the political relation with Mauryans as well. And what happened, guys, is Seleucus Nicator sent his ambassador whose name was Megasthenes in court of Chandragupta Maurya. So in order to develop the political relation, in order to develop the political relations with Mauryans, what happened is Seleucus Nicator sent Megasthenes. Megasthenes, he was a Greek ambassador of Seleucus Nicator in court of Chandragupta Maurya. And Megasthenes, guys, he was in the court of Chandragupta Maurya for a period of 4 years. So he resided in court for period of 4 years. So he resided in court of Chandragupta Maurya for a period of 4 years from 302 to 298 BC. That means he was in the court of Chandragupta Maurya, and there he wrote a book, Indica. So there he wrote a very famous book, that the name of the book is Indica. So he wrote a very famous book, Indica. Although, guys, Indica is not available now, and the reference of Indica is given by 6 writers. So reference of Indica, it is given by 6 Greek writers that were Appius, Plutarch, Justin, Diodolus, Pliny and Strabo. So these were the 6 writers who gave the information about Indica, so who gave the account of Indica. Although the real Indica it is not available, so 6 writers, they give references of Indica in their writing. So Megasthenes was the person who wrote this Indica, and he was the Greek ambassador in court of Chandragupta Maurya. Why he came in court of Chandragupta Maurya, that I have given you the answer. Because earlier it started with the matrimonial relations between Greeks and Mauryans, and that helped to develop the political relation as well. So through matrimonial relation, political relation developed with Mauryans, and therefore he was sent in the court of Chandragupta Maurya. Now, guys, when Megasthenes wrote Indica, he mentioned that for the first time, when Megasthenes wrote Indica, it is being mentioned that for the first time whole North India was united under Mauryan flag. So that shows the military competency of Chandragupta Maurya. So to show the military competency, the military competency of Chandragupta Maurya, Megasthenes wrote that the whole North India was united for the first time under Chandragupta Maurya. So Chandragupta Maurya was such a capable military general and capable king that he united the whole North India, but he did not conquer South. So North India was under direct control of the Chandragupta Maurya, but he did not conquer South India. Other than this, guys, once you will read the Greek literatures that mentions about Chandragupta Maurya, so in Greek literature, Chandragupta Maurya is known as 𝗕ᵏ or 𝗕ᵏ. So these are the Greek names of Chandragupta Maurya. So in the Greek literature, Chandragupta Maurya is referred as 𝗕ᵏ and 𝗕ᵏ. So 𝗕ᵏ and 𝗕ᵏ, these are the Greek names of Chandragupta Maurya, and by name of 𝗕ᵏ and 𝗕ᵏ, the Greek writers referred him. Now guys, it is said that when Chandragupta Maurya grew old, he adopted Jainism. So it is said that Chandragupta Maurya, he adopted Jainism, and he adopted Jainism from Bhadrabahu. So adopted Jainism, and he adopted Jainism from Bhadrabahu. And about Bhadrabahu, I have told you in the topic of Jainism, Buddhism and Jainism that he was a Jain Muni and he went to Shravanbelgola. So it is said that around 298 BC, 298 BC, so it is around 298 BC, he adopted Jainism from Bhadrabahu, and Bhadrabahu was Jain Muni, and with him he went to Shravanbelgola. With him he went to Shravanbelgola, and Shravanbelgola, guys, where it is? So it is in Karnataka. So Shravanbelgola, it is in Karnataka, and this is in Hassan district of Karnataka. And there you will find the statue, the monolith statue of Bahubali. Monolith statue of Gomateshwar, and Gomateshwar is also known as Bahubali, and he was the younger son of Rishabhdev. So it is said that Bahubali was younger son of Rishabhdev, and it is said that when he adopted Jainism from Bhadrabahu and went to Shravanbelgola, he the name of Chandragupta Maurya, the name of Chandragupta Maurya was changed to Vishakhadat. So the name of the Chandragupta Maurya was changed to 𝗕 Vishakhacharyya. So the name of the Chandragupta Maurya was changed to Vishakhacharyya, and in 298 BC he left the kingdom. So it is said that in 298 BC he left the kingdom. So he left the kingship. So he left kingship and became a Jain saint and became a Jain Muni. So he became a Jain Muni and he left the kingship. And when he left the kingship with Bhadrabahu, he went to Shravanbelgola and he started living an ascetic life. Now, guys, it is said that in 298 BC, and when he started living an ascetic life, he died through Santhara. So it is said that, guys, when he started living an ascetic life, he died through Santhara. And Santhara, what it is? So Santhara, it is death through starvation. So Santhara, guys, it is death through starvation. So what happened during the time of Santhara, the person who takes Santhara, he stops eating and drinking anything. So he stops eating, he stops consuming water, in fact. So he stops eating and drinking the consumable items, and slowly and gradually the body starts decaying, and through which the person dies. But before taking Santhara, you should take the permission of your mentor, and after the mentor allows you, then you are allowed to take Santhara. And Santhara is also known as Sanlekhna. So is also known as Sanlekhna. So Santhara is also known as Sanlekhna. Is that clear to all of you guys? Then do let me know. Is that clear to all of you guys? Then do let me know. I hope these points are clear to everyone. Okay. So this was about the Chandragupta Maurya, and Chandragupta Maurya did not die. So he left the kingship and went to Shravanbelgola. Now guys, after Chandragupta Maurya, his son Bindusar became the ruler. So after Chandragupta Maurya, his son Bindusar became the ruler, and Bindusar ruled from 298 to 273 BC. So from 298 to 273 BC, Bindusar became the ruler of Mauryan dynasty after his father left the kingship. Now guys, Bindusar, he was son of Chandragupta Maurya and Durdhara. So Bindusar guys, it is said that he was son of Chandragupta Maurya and Durdhara, and in Indian literature, he is also known as Amitra Ghat. So he is also known as Amitra Ghat in Indian literature. He is known as Amitra Ghat or Amitra Ketis. So he is known as Amitra Ghat or Amitra Ketis, and Amitra Ketis in Greek literature. So he known as Amitra Ghat or Amitra Ketis. Amitra Ketis in Greek literature, and that means killer of foes. Killer of foes. So that is called killer of foes. Killer of foes, Amitra Ghat or Amitra Ketis. Now guys, he was strong, although strong, he was also a very strong ruler, but not strong as his father. But it is said that guys, he just consolidated the empire that was won by Chandragupta Maurya. So he consolidated the empire, but he was not as strong as Chandragupta Maurya was. Now guys, at that point of time, since Mauryan dynasty was was one of the most powerful dynasties of India, and in fact the most powerful dynasty of India, so every foreign country, they wanted to have good relation with them. So in order to make good relation, they used to send their ambassadors. They used to send their ambassadors in court of the Mauryan ruler. So following this tradition, there was a king of Syria whose name was Antiochus I. There was a king of Syria, whose name was Antiochus I. That was the king of Syria, whose name was Antiochus I, and he was son of Seleucus Nicator. He was son of Seleucus Nicator. What he did, so he sent his ambassador Dimachus. He sent his ambassador Dimachus in court of Bindusar. So the king of Syria, who was Antiochus first, he sent his ambassador Dimachus in court of Chandragupta Maurya. Now guys, if you will see, they have the Antiochus first has indirect relation with the Mauryans as well, because his because you will find that his sister, she was married. His sister, that was Helena, she was married in Mauryan Empire, that was Helena or Carnelia. So he was also like an indirect family of Mauryan Empire. So the Dimachus, he sent his ambassador, whose name was Antiochus first. He sent his ambassador Dimachus in court of Chandragupta, in court of Bindusar. And now guys, as a token of friendship, token of friendship, Bindusar, Bindusar demanded three things from Antiochus first. Antiochus first. So he demanded three things from Antiochus first, but he told these things to Dimachus. But directly he did not send a letter. He told the things to Dimachus and sent and told him that please put my demands before your ruler. Please put my demand before your rulers. And which were those demands? First of all, he demanded sweet wine. Sweet wine. Then he demanded fig. Fig, it is a type of a dry fruit. In Hindi, it is called anjeer. And then he demanded a sophist. Sophist means philosopher. Philosopher. So these first two things, they were sent by, it was sent by Antiochus. So these two things are sent by Antiochus first to Bindusar, because these were the two common things. So he said, okay, he said, okay, send these two things. But for philosopher, Antiochus first said that ki philosopher or the sophist, they are not any object. So they are not any gift item that I can give. So they are not gift item that I can gift you. So they are not gift item. Therefore, he refused politely. So for sophist, he refused politely and said that if sophists, they are not gift item that I can give you. So for sophist, he refused, but for two things he gave. And after this, Bindusar was also satisfied, and then he did not demanded the sophist in fact. Now guys, like his father Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusar has also two marriages. So Bindusar married Subhadrangi and Dharma. So Bindusar, he married Subhadrangi and Charumitra. And Subhadrangi, guys, in Buddhist literature, she was a common girl. She was called Dharma. And from Dharma, guys, he has a son Ashok. And from Charumitra, he has a son called Sushim. So from Dharma, he has son Ashok, and from Charumitra, he has son Sushim. Now guys, what happened at that point of time, according to some of the Buddhist literature, it was said that he consolidated, maximum Bindusar consolidated the empire of Chandragupta Maurya. So for maximum, he consolidated the empire of Chandragupta Maurya. So for maximum thing, he consolidated the empire of Chandragupta Maurya. But it is said that according to some of the Buddhist literature, it is said that he won some parts of Deccan Plateau. So according to some of the Buddhist literature, he won some parts of Deccan Plateau. So he went to south and won some parts of Deccan Plateau as well. And as far as religious belief of him is concerned, he patronized Ajivak. So as far as his religious belief is concerned, he patronized Ajivak. He patronized Ajivak. So he patronized Ajivak sect. Now, who were Ajivaks and why they were being patronized? Now, guys, if I talk about Ajivak, it was a group that was started by Makhali Ghoshal. So it was started by Makhali Ghoshal. And Makhali Ghoshal, guys, once he was associate of Mahavir. So Makhali, once he was associate of Mahavir, but due to some of the dispute, he left Mahavir and started his own religious group, and that was called Ajivak. And it is said that Bindusar donated caves, some of the Barabar caves to the Ajivak group. So he donated some caves, and that was in the Barabar area. Barabar area. Right now it is in Jahanabad district of Bihar. Jahanabad district of Bihar to Ajivak. to Ajivak groups, to Ajivak group. So it is said that he also donated some of the caves in Barabar area, that right now it is in Jahanabad district of Bihar, to the Barabar groups. So is that clear to all of you guys? Then do let me know. And it is said that Bindusar, he died suddenly. So Bindusar, he died suddenly, and once Bindusar died suddenly, at that point of time he has not nominated the successor of him. So at that point of time he has not nominated successor of him. So what happened? The war of succession started between his two sons, and first was Ashok and then was Sushim. So when Bindusar died suddenly, when Bindusar died suddenly, so it is said that he died due to cardiac arrest, and then you will find that war of succession. War of succession started between Ashok and Sushim. War of succession started between Ashok and Sushim, and this war of succession continued for 4 years. And after this, Ashok assassinated Sushim, or Ashok killed Sushim, and then he became the ruler. So war of succession started for, went up to 4 years, and then Ashok killed Sushim and became the next ruler. Ashok killed Sushim and then he became the next ruler. Is that clear to all of you guys? Then do let me know. Is that clear guys? Then do let me know. So now guys, after Bindusar, the next ruler that became was Sushim. Sorry, next ruler that became was Ashok. So now I will be discussing with you the Ashok. Now guys, Bindusar died in 273 BC and Ashok became ruler in 269 BC. So what was happening between 273 to 269 BC? So between this period, there was war of succession. So there was war of succession. There was war of succession between Ashok and Sushim. So there was war of succession between Ashok and Sushim. And what happened guys? Ki Ashok, with the help of Radhagupta, Ashok, with the help of Radhagupta, Radhagupta, he killed Sushim. Ashok, with the help of Radhagupta, he killed Sushim. Now, who was Radhagupta? Radhagupta, guys, he was disciple of Chanakya. So, he was one of the disciples of Chanakya. And after death of Chanakya, he became the prime minister of Mauryan Empire. So, after death of Chanakya, he became the prime minister of Mauryan Empire. And then you will find that Radhagupta, in this way, he came in power. And then Ashok became the ruler. So, Ashok, he assassinated his brother, who was although a stepbrother, that was Sushim, and then he became the ruler. Now guys, if I talk about Ashok, the time period of Ashok is 269 to 232 BC. So from 269 he became the Samrat of Magad and he continued till 232 BC. Now guys, first of all, as you know, the father of Ashok was Bindusar Maurya and the mother of Ashok was Dharma or Subhadrangi. And Dharma, it is the name found in Buddhist literature. So it is the name of the mother of Ashok that is found in Buddhist literature. And once you will read guys about Ashok, he was also known as Devanam Payadasi in his inscription. So in his inscriptions, that is the rock edicts, rock edicts, he was called 𝗕nampayadasi, or he was being referred as 𝗕nampayadasi. Now, what is the meaning of 𝗕nampayadasi? 𝗕nampayadasi means beloved of God. So, this means beloved of God. That is in Hindi called देवताओं का प्रिय. This is called beloved of God, that is देवताओं का प्रिय. Now, once you will read, guys, the minor rock edict of Ashok, that is found in 𝗕cie. Minor rock edict found in 𝗕cie. 𝗕cie, guys, it is in Karnataka. Karnataka, there you will find it is being referred as Ashok Devanam Payadasi. There it is being found that it is written Ashok Devanam Payadasi. So it is being referred as Ashok Devanam Payadasi. Ashok Devanam Payadasi means कि Ashok, who is beloved of, so that means कि Ashok, who is beloved of God. So he was called Ashok Devanam Payadasi. That means कि Ashok, who is beloved of God. I hope it is clear. So from there you will find the real name of Ashok. So real name of Ashok is found from the 𝗕cie Minor Rock Edict. I hope it's clear to everyone कि from 𝗕cie Minor Rock Edict you will find the real name of Ashok. Is that clear? And first time, guys, the inscription of Ashok, for the first time, inscription of Ashok, it was being read by James Prinsep. So it was being read by James Prinsep in year 1830. So in year 1837, for the first time, the inscription of Ashok was read by James Prinsep, and he read the inscription that was in Prakrit language and Brahmi script. So he read that thing in India, that was in Prakrit language and Brahmi script. And the inscription of that was found in India. So India, the inscription that is found in India, inscriptions of Ashok that was found in India, it is written in which language? So it is written in Brahmi Prakrit. So script is Brahmi and the language is Prakrit. The script is Brahmi and the language is Prakrit. Now, guys, once you will read about Ashok, you will find about his wives as well. So the name of his first wife was Devi, and the son of Devi and Ashok was Mahendra, and daughter was Sanghamitra. So it is said that, guys, ki Ashok for the first time married. Ashok has also multiple wives. So he was married for the first time. So his first wife was Devi, and from Devi he has a son and a daughter. The name of the son was Mahendra and the name of the daughter was Sanghamitra. And both Mahendra and Sanghamitra, they were sent to Sri Lanka. They were sent to Ceylon. Ceylon is the old name of Sri Lanka for propagation of Buddhism. So for propagation of Buddhism, guys, both Mahendra and Sanghamitra, they were sent to Sri Lanka, and at that point of time the king of Sri Lanka was 𝗕esse. So the king of Sri Lanka was 𝗕esse, and 𝗕esse has a very good relation with Ashok because he allowed his son Mahendra and daughter Sanghamitra to promote Buddhism in the Sri Lanka. Therefore, the harmonious relation with Ashok and 𝗕esse that developed due to Buddhism. So Buddhism became the international religion of India, first religion that went outside India. So that went outside India through Mahendra and Sanghamitra, and that was decided in the third Buddhist council that was held around 250 BC, that Buddhism will be promoted and Buddhist missionaries will be sent to different parts of the world to promote Buddhism. Other than this, guys, Ashok has another wife whose name was Karuwaki, and she was Princess of Kalinga. Princess of Kalinga. And from him, he has a son called Tivar. So from Karuwaki, he has a son called Tivar, and the name of the queen and prince, it is available in this rock inscription. So she is only wife of and son of Ashok. They are mentioned in the inscription, and this inscription, it is found where? So it is found in this Prayagraj region, and that is called Queen's Edict. This is called Queen's Edict. This is found in Kaushambi. This is found in Kaushambi, and this is also referred as Queen's Edict or Rani Ka Abhilekh or Rani Ka Abhilekh. And because she is the only queen and only prince who was being mentioned in the inscription of Ashok, and she was princess of Kalinga, and she married Ashok after the Kalinga war. Now guys, Ashok in the 8th year of his reign, reign means rule, Ashok invaded and conquered Kalinga. Ashok invaded and conquered Kalinga. Kalinga, it is the old name of Odisha. So Kalinga, guys, it is the ancient name of Odisha. Now guys, why he captured Kalinga? What was the main reason behind attacking Kalinga? Guys, there Ashok wanted to establish a united India under Mauryan flag. Ashok wanted that he should make a united India under Mauryan flag. So what he used to do, he used to send the messages to the kings, different rulers, he either accept the supremacy of Ashok or be ready for the war. And since the people knew that Ashok was a very cruel ruler, and he is a very dynamic ruler as well. So maximum empire, they accept the proposal and they surrender before Ashok before initiating the war. But when this same thing was sent to Kalinga, Kalinga replied that they will not accept the supremacy of Mauryans to make united India under their flag. So the war become obvious. And it is said that guys in this particular war Ashoka was personally present. Generally Ashoka did not involve himself in every war. So the military commanders of Ashok, they used to take the army. But in this war Ashoka was personally present and he commanded the army, and this war was fought on bank of Daya river. It was fought on bank of Daya river, and it is said that the whole water of Daya river became red due to the bloodshed of Mauryans and the people of and the soldiers of Kaling. Now guys, finally what happened ki Ashok, he defeated Kaling and made it a part of Magad Empire, and he knew that the people in future they can revolt against Magad. So what happened, he married the princess of Kalinga, that was Karuwaki, so that the people should not go against Ashok. Now Ashok is just like a son-in-law of Kalinga, so the people will not go against their son-in-law. Therefore he married the princess of Kaling, and from princess of Kaling, that was Karuwaki, he has a son whose name was Tivar. Now guys, the information about the victory of Kaling, that is mentioned in the 13th major rock edict of Ashok. So 13th major rock edict of Ashok. Now what happened guys, when Ashok won Kalinga and he came back to Magad, so he became very much restless because he started thinking that just for a piece of land and just to fulfill my ambition to make Akhand Bharat under Mauryan flag, I just killed many innocent people. So many innocent people, they were killed by me in that war. So he started feeling guilty. Now he became also, then when he started thinking about this multiple times, so sometimes it was said that he became restless as well. So one day he was in his palace and he saw a Buddhist monk who was going from that palace. So he said the soldiers of him to call that Buddhist monk. So he met that Buddhist monk and whose name was, so he called that Buddhist monk and discussed about and he started discussing about him, and in the course of discussion he came to knew that the Buddhist monk was son of Sushim. So it is said that the Buddhist monk to whom he has called, he was the son of Sushim. So son of Sushim, he became Buddhist monk. So it is said that guys, he asked him ki, why you became Buddhist monk. So he said that that was just because of your fear, because once you killed my father Sushim. So guys, it is said that the son of Sushim, he was Nigrodh. So what happened when he called this Buddhist monk there, and the name of the Buddhist monk, name of Buddhist monk was Nigrodh. So then he asked Nigrodh, and when he started when he started his discussion with Nigrodh, he came to knew that Nigrodh was son of Sushim. So it is said that he was son of Sushim. So Ashok asked him why don't you reside in the kingdom after the death of your father? So he said that that was because of your fear. If you can kill father, you can also kill me and my mother. So we both left the place, and now my mother is also no more, and then I decided to become the Buddhist monk. So finally guys, he was influenced by Nigrodh. So Nigrodh attracted the attracted Ashok towards Buddhism. So Nigrodh attracted Ashok towards Buddhism, and then Ashok decided to adopt Buddhism from Upgupta, and then Ashok decided to adopt Buddhism, and he decided to adopt Buddhism from Upgupta. So Upgupta became his religious mentor, although he was attracted towards Buddhism by Nigrodh. So Nigrodh let him, when Nigrodh told him about Gautam Buddha, so he was attracted towards Buddhism, but he adopted Buddhism from whom? So he adopted Buddhism from Nigrodh, from Upgupta. So Upgupta became his religious mentor. I hope guys, is that clear to all of you? Is that clear to all of you? Now, let's come to the next. Now, see what happened. So, in the 10th year of reign, Ashoka visited Bodh Gaya. So, in the 10th year of his rule, Ashoka visited Bodh Gaya because that was the place where Buddha was enlightened. Buddha was enlightened. And in the 20th year of his reign, Ashoka traveled Lumbini. Lumbini, guys, that was the birthplace. This is the birthplace of Buddha. And right now guys, this Lumbini, it is in Nepal. So right now it is in so it is in Nepal, and it is said that guys in 250 BC Ashoka organized third Buddhist council in Patliputra. So Ashok organized third Buddhist council in Patliputra, and the chairman was Sabbakami, who is also known as Sabak Mir. So that was Mogli Puttatis, not Sabbakami, that was Mogli Puttatis. Mogli Puttatis was the chairman of Third Buddhist Council, and he was also a Buddhist monk, and that was organized by Ashok in Patliputra, that is in Patna. I hope guys these points are clear to everyone. Now let's discuss about the messages of Ashok that was being in major rock edict. So these are the important messages of Ashok which were inscribed on major rock edict. Major rock edict guys, it is found from India plus Pakistan. So it is found from India as well as in Pakistan. Now the first message that was in Major Rock Edict. So Major Rock Edict has 14th message, 14 messages on every edict. So on every edict you will find there were 14 messages of Ashok, and Ashok became the first ruler of the ancient India who used to communicate with his subjects through the inscription. So first message you will find that prohibition of animal sacrifice. So first message that you will find, that is the prohibition of animal sacrifice. Second message you will find measures of social welfares, measures of social welfares. Third is, fourth message is, because we are discussing the important messages, कि courtesy to relative, elders and consideration to animals means कि be kind to animals. Fifth important message is appointment of Dhamma Mahamatra. Dhamma Mahamatra was the officer of social welfare. Officer of social welfare. Seventh message was need of tolerance among all religious sect. Need of tolerance, because in the empire of Ashoka, the people of different religious belief, they used to live. Some they were Shaiv, Shakt, Buddhist, Jain, Ajivak. So he wanted that there should be peace and harmony with all religious groups. Next, in ninth message, he condemned, attacked on meaningless rituals and ceremony. Meaningless means which has no sense, which has no sense. So he said that the rituals and ceremonies that have no sense should be stopped. So the rituals and ceremony that makes no sense, that should be stopped, like giving feast on birthday or death. So that type of event. Next, in 11th message, he explains the Dhamma policy. Dhamma policy was the policy of social welfare. That was the policy of social welfare. 13th message, he mentioned about Kalinga war and contemporary rulers. So he mentioned about Kalinga war and in contemporary ruler, but he did not mention in Kalinga. So the Kalinga war, it is not mentioned, in Major Rock Edict. Major Rock Edict, which is found on Dholi and Jogger. Dholi and Jogger. So this Kalinga war information, it is not found in Dholi and Jogger. This is in Odisha. So these two are in Odisha. And in place of this Kalinga war in Odisha, in the Dholi and Jogger, it is being written that people of Kaling, they are my child. They are my children. So Ashok did not mention Kalinga war in Dholi and Jogad. These are the major rock edict which was found in Kaling. So in the place of Kalinga war, he mentioned that the people of Kaling, they are my children. In 14th message, he gave the inspiration to lead a respectable life. To lead a respectable life, the 14th message that mentioned this, the person should lead a respectable life. I hope these messages are clear to all of you. These are the 14 messages which were found on the major rock edicts of Ashok, that is found in India plus Pakistan. I hope it is clear to all. Now see what happened after Ashok. So after death of Ashok, that Ashok died in 232 BC, what happened? There was no major ruler and Mauryan dynasty started disintegrating. So after the death of Ashok, there was no major ruler of Mauryan dynasty, and we will find that Mauryan dynasty started disintegrating quickly. And the last ruler of this Mauryan dynasty was Brihadrath Maurya, and in 185 BC, Pushyamitra Shung, who was the commander-in-chief commander in chief of Mauryan ruler Brihadrath. Mauryan ruler Brihadrath Maurya. He killed Brihadrath Maurya while inspecting the army. While inspecting the army. So he killed Brihadrath Maurya while inspecting the army, and this is how Mauryan dynasty ended. And this is how, my dear learners, Mauryan dynasty ended. So this is how Mauryan dynasty came to an end. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, this is how Mauryan dynasty came to an end. That was when Pushyamitra Shung, he killed his king while inspecting the army. So this is how the Mauryan dynasty came to an end. Now guys, we are going to discuss, this was about the Mauryan dynasty. Now I will be discussing the question answers so that you should have a brief revision of the topic. Now here is the first question that is before you. Okay, which Greek military commander was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya? So which Greek military commander was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya? Is that Justin, Seleucus Nicator, Agrames or Plutarch? So the Greek military commander who was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya was Seleucus Nicator. So he was Seleucus Nicator that was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya in 305 BC. And then Chandragupta married his daughter Durdhara. Next we have which major rock edict of Ashoka mentions about Kalinga war. So which major rock edict of Ashok mentions about Kalinga war? 13th major rock edict, 14th, 5th or 7th? So the major rock edict that mentioned about the Kalinga war is the 13th major rock edict. So 13th major rock edict that mentions about the Kalinga war. So I hope it is clear. 13th major rock edict is the correct answer. Next we have 𝗕venam𝗕𝗪𝗃 was the name of which ruler mentioned in rock edict. So 𝗕venam𝗕𝗪𝗃, that means beloved of God, it is mentioned for which ruler in its rock edict? Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusar, Ashok or Brihadrath? So that is the name of Ashok. So Ashok was often referred as 𝗕venam𝗕𝗪𝗃, that means beloved of God. So Ashok is mentioned as 𝗕venam𝗕𝗪𝗃, that means beloved of God. Correct answer is option 3. Next we have which Mauryan ruler is also known as 𝗕મિત્ર ઘાત in Indian literature? So which Mauryan ruler is also known as 𝗕મિત્ર ઘાત in Indian literature and 𝗕મિત્ર ઘાત in Greek literature? Options are Bindusar, Bimbisar, Chandragupta Maurya or Brihadrath. So it is the name of Bindusar. So it is the name of Bindusar, that is 𝗕મિત્ર ઘાત. 𝗕મિત્ર ઘાત, that means killer of foes, and in Greek he was called 𝗕મિત્ર ઘાત. Next is who was the religious mentor of Chandragupta Maurya with whom he went to 𝗕va𝗪𝗪𝗀? So who was the religious mentor of Chandragupta Maurya with whom he went to 𝗕va𝗪𝗪𝗀, that is in Karnataka, and became Buddha Jain saint? Options is Sthulbhadra, Bhadrabahu, Jin Prabhasuri or none of the above. So who was the religious mentor of Chandragupta Maurya? And the correct answer is option 2. This is Bhadrabahu. So Bhadrabahu was the religious mentor of Chandragupta Maurya with whom he went to 𝗕va𝗪𝗪𝗀 and became a Jain saint. So guys, with this I conclude the session of today, and I hope you must have found the session interesting. So let's meet in the next session.